Hi, welcome to Classic Car Co. So I'm going to give you a little update on the XK150. Things are progressing but a little bit slower than I would have liked. But I got a call yesterday, today's Thursday, and on Wednesday I got a call from Gillich. This is the chroming company that's doing the hockey sticks or the chrome around the edge of the XK150. And they've now got the piece that I cut in half. They've now joined that, they've now brazed it, and it's actually sat in like a copper solution. And I just want to now check that they fit okay. But before I do that, so this is pre-me checking, but I'm going to have a look and see how and I'll show you how they look. Bear in mind they're not chromed yet, and I've plated them chromed. But I've got the two here, and I want to show you particularly the one I cut in half, which is this one. So this is the one for that side, for the side over there. And you remember I actually split this right the way across. And I just want to show you the quality of that. And if you can see, you can't even see where it's been. You can't see anywhere where that cut has been, either on the front or the back, even internally. You can't see where the cut's been. It's unbelievable the way they've done it. Very impressed. So if that's anything to go by, they should fit beautifully, and let's hope. And if that is the case, my wife is coming down tomorrow. I'm going up to Vienna to pick her up and the dog to bring back down, and then she's going back up on Tuesday. Now if they fit, like I hope they will, fingers crossed, I can take them back on Tuesday and get them chromed up. And that should be the easy bit, because they're already smooth and they were obviously beautifully chromed in the first place. So that kind of work should be a lot easier for them. I'll show you the other side. So this is this side of the car, and the only thing I had to do on this was I had to cut this because it was too long. This end here was far too long. But what I asked them to do was put a little. If I can show you on the. I can't see very well. But you see there's a little shape there going like that. So I got them to put that in it because this was a bit too flat. But the actual edge of this was much wider. So I don't know why that was the case, but they made a beautiful job, as I said. And I know this fits perfectly. It was just this piece, this end. But unfortunately, because I had to cut through the chrome, the brass was showing, and obviously it's got to be re-chromed. Like, it would just crack constantly. So it's a shame, but it is what it is. So I'm going to try them on, and then I'll let you see once I've got them in place. Bearing in mind, obviously they're going to stick out like a sore thumb because now they're in a copper finish, and they obviously will be chromed, so they won't stand out as much. But I think you'll see that they fit on the rubber well. Well, I hope so. Anyway, here goes. So as you can see, I've just got that shoved in under the rubber, but you can see how nice it is there, and look how nice and that's not even in the bottom rubber yet, but even with that you can see how that's going to fit. The problem with this is you have to take the top chrome off to get it underneath, and that is not even screwed in yet, so very happy with that. Let me take you around the other side. Now this was the big problem side, and this has come out fabulous. Again, like I say, you can't see where the mark was. I believe it was around here somewhere, but you can see how nice the fit is there, all the way down. And again, they've turned the end, but I haven't put it in the bottom rubber because as it is, I want to went to the chromes on it, but it fits perfectly. I'm so pleased. I mean, you can see it. You can see how nice that tight fit is there. But like I say, I've got to put this chrome piece has to go into there as well, and it's quite fiddly. You really need 2 or 3 pairs of hands. So what I've done is I've just loosened these off on the top where the lock goes in, just so I can lift it up a little bit there, you can see. So that'll all go in one place. What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to take this one out, the grey one which came with the kit, and I'm going to try and replace it with this one and see how it looks. And I'll show you that once I've cut it to shape, or cut it to size. As I say, I know it looks pink, but That's the base copper on it. But so pleased with this. I mean, look at that, it's right on the money. And that's all chrome, that's going to look, it's perfect there and there. Well worth the going to the effort of doing that. Very, very happy. So I've took that grey trim off and I've put that maroon, purple, whatever, maroon colour on it, and I think that looks much better. And that chrome's not tightened down yet. You can see it all here. What we'll do here is we'll cut this back so you don't see it and touch up the imperial paint, because the chrome has to go over here. You can see once that's chromed up, we'll just get rid of that beige piece in between. And that's it on the back, but I think that looks so much better. Well, you put the grey on so you can see. So I don't know if you guys agree. I mean, obviously that's got to be done in the colour yet, the new vinyl when we get it. But I think that looks so much neater than that. I don't know what you guys agree or not. This bit we can't go right up into the corner, but the tonneau comes over here, so you don't see that bit either. And then there's a massive rubber seal to go in here around the door. So I'll take you around the other side. One other thing which is not on this car normally, as you can see it's in there again, the chrome will go in there. So that's all the way down, and again down the side, which looks, I think looks really neat. It suits the car. Okay, what I'm doing, and it wasn't with the cars originally, the carpet just came out to the edge. So I'm going to put this aluminium edging in as a kind of kick area, but instead of catching the carpet when you get in. And this will be screwed down with this edging on it, and I'll make it fit in here. Where it is now, it's too long, but I don't want to do it until I've got it all this in properly, and then I'll decide where to do it. And then the edge of the carpet will sit up against this. So this is a piece of aluminium. I'll show you. So you can see it's just a piece of aluminium, and then what we'll do is we'll screw that down to the edge, and you can see where we had some trouble with the paint job there. It's going to fit it perfectly, and that way you won't be kicking this edge all the time. Hopefully everybody will pick their feet up and see how it'll look much nicer. I think it's got to be fixed at each end, but that's the basic plan. So that'll be screwed in, and I've got another one for the other side. Now, as I say, that didn't come with the original car. So just to finish up, really pleased that this has worked, this chrome hockey sticks, or this chrome edging on the windscreen pillars, because it really looked awful. It stood out and shouted at you. But to get it first go, I'm just so pleased. You know, I did do a lot of work and filed it to get it absolutely right, but they've made an absolutely perfect job. And as I said, you can't even see the joint. It's incredible. Now, it won't be cheap, but you know, quality costs, and it is what it is. I mean, my wife always says, can you afford to buy cheap? And I never kind of really understood what she meant, but I suppose it's that old situation where, I don't know, for instance, you buy a fridge, it lasts 4 years and it goes, or a boiler, or whatever, and then you buy something that was twice the price but lasts 3 times as long. Have you actually saved money? Yes, you have. So, you know, long term, things that work well will last, or of quality, they initially cost, but if you buy cheap, you end up replacing and replacing and replacing. I mean, hand tools are a perfect example of this. Anyway, so, but just so pleased. I mean, that's just one thing now. There's a couple of others now I'm waiting for this nut to turn up from Amazon so we can rethread this, and fingers crossed that works. The tyre company should be talking to me anytime soon. I've already spoken with Jonathan, and he explained to me actually about these pieces here. He doesn't make these, he buys these in and he just covers them. And when I explained to him, he said, oh, well, we don't do that many roasters because they're quite rare, but I'll have to have a chat with them. So what I've suggested, I don't know if this makes any sense, but what I've suggested, if people want them, then they should, because they fit perfectly this way and on the arch, It's just the hole is in the wrong position. So probably the best way to do it would be to send this out to somebody, get them to put the hole in. In the UK this would work, overseas a little bit more difficult. But the first option would be give it to somebody, let them punch a small hole in it, and then bring the hole out to exactly where they want it when the hood is on, and then send it back and get it covered. Or send the piece out and let them cover it. I mean, it's nothing to put in glue on these things and put in the vinyl. There is a technique, like everything, especially on a corner. But the point I'm making is if you can put a car together, you can put some vinyl in. But that would be my thinking if this hole is so far out of place. But like you said, they come pre-made and pre-stamped. He doesn't do the metal work. He buys it in, so he's going to talk to the people that supply it. So he's very good about it. No problems at all. We have the facilities to fix it, and we have done. So there you go. Anyway, on that note, as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and it's little triumphs like this, or it's little bits like this that you think, oh yes, at last, you know, we've got it. Because the last bit of the cars, or any restoration, no matter what it is, the detailing, it's so fiddling. It takes such a lot of thought and process, and how you do it. You've got to be extremely careful with any kind of interior work. You know, it's that kind of, what is it, measured 5 times and cut once. But fortunately, all the stuff that I've got from John Skinner has been excellent. And the reason I picked them was simply, they did everything for my E-type, and everything was spot on. I couldn't fault it, so I knew what I was going to get because I'd already used them before. And I recommend that if you've used somebody and you know what they do, even if the costs seem a little bit more, go with what you know. There are so many rogue, that's probably the wrong word, cowboys is even the wrong word, but there's so many people out there that think they can do this and do that, and then the work's shoddy. So be really careful and talk to other people who have had things done before you do anything. I think that's the best advice I can give. But anyway, take care, be good to each other, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.